That was an awesome win. I want to start out giving God the glory, first of all, and the way these kids fought, the way they practiced, the way the defense kept us in the game, and then how MJ, kind of got his jitters out and came flying in there the second quarter and just sparked us again. And it was fun, man. It was fun to watch. It was a team win, and I thought our fans were fantastic tonight. The electricity that you brought, the cheering, the noise, it made a difference tonight. So thank you for that. That was special, and that's what we need every week. And when you do that, when you bring the encouragement and the crowd noise, you're helping our team win. And so continue to do that, because this team just tied the school record for consecutive home wins. And next week against Boston, us to have the longest streak in school history. And I want this team to have it. And I want you to witness them doing it and help us along the way. Individually, I thought just some guys, the 3 interceptions on defense, the constant pressure we put on Hartman throughout the game, some key stops in the game. The goal line stand was huge, and then they missed the field goal during that segment. Caden Nooncastle, a walk-on punter, comes in for Shane. Shane's thigh was bruised and delivered, his first college game punting. Did a tremendous job. Chris Dunn, automatic again, and 2-possession lead. I thought, Keon Lassane had some great catches out there tonight. Devin Carter, big-time contact catch. It's just a team win, and that's what it takes to beat a good team. And Wake Forest is a good football team, well-coached team with good players. And so that was a really good win for our program tonight. Questions?
Go ahead, James.
Hey, Dave, congrats on the win. I don't mean this literally, but it felt like after the Syracuse game, you guys were kind of left for dead a little bit, just with everything around the program. I mean, that type of a performance and just the outcome. Can you just discuss where you guys are at right now, being able to come back with these 2 wins, after that performance coming out of the bye week?
Yeah, well, I think obviously we had high expectations, and when we lost Devin Leary, and then had to go to Syracuse. And for those of you who were there, I think you'll know where I'm coming from. We walked into a firestorm there. We hadn't had a bye. We were beat up. It was the loudest environment that we fit in this year with a new quarterback. We had a lot of false start problems. You saw that today with Tennessee at Georgia, similar for their offense. They played Wagner, and then they had a bye week, and then they played us. So that was a very difficult setup going into that game. And as far as being left for dead, I don't know what you really mean by that. There's a lot of football left in this season. These kids are going to keep playing. We're not going to quit. And if people want to quit watching us, then that's up to them. But these guys just keep playing. They got guts. They got heart. And I'm proud to be their coach. It's fun to watch.
Thanks, Dave.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Dave, obviously this, the situation and the circumstance with what happened in Devon is never something that you guys would have wanted to be in or see, but just what can you say about the way MJ has kind of stepped up and seized his opportunity that's been put in front of him with what's happened?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask for more. A true freshman quarterback just beat Sam Hartman, who's, I don't know how old Sam is, but Sam's a great player for Wake's been playing a long time, and true freshman to be able to lead a team over their quarterback. Those were 2 good quarterbacks on the field, but he's done it in practice. He's done it in the games. He's got the players playing hard for him. They believe in him. He's taking care of the football. With the exception of one delay a game, I thought he really managed the clock. Got us in and out of some plays, and he's way ahead of where we thought he would be at this point in his career. So super proud of him.
Corey, go ahead.
If it's not MJ, though, obviously the true freshman going up with and getting out of run center, and then obviously Terrell Timmons did come in, didn't have as big of a result tonight as he did last week. What can you say about those stepping up? being a huge part of the team's response.
Yeah, they got fresh look in their fast guys, and so they give you a change of pace. Michael Allen's been impressive. Terrell didn't have the catches, but he blew the top off the coverage twice and scared their corners and got a PI call out of one of them. And so it helps when you can loosen people up that way. But yeah, to answer your question, 3 pretty good true freshmen out there playing on offense right now. So that's exciting for the future.
Luke, go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned Deion's catch on the goal line and the long one, and also Evan, and Daryl Jones had the 2 in the end zone, the one where MJ extended the play and then the other where he went up and got a 50-50 ball. What's been the key to the development of your receivers where they've been able to go and make those kind of play? I mean, those are some game-winning plays tonight that you weren't necessarily getting at times earlier in the year. What's been the key to their development?
I think just sticking with it, Luke. I think when you make mistakes here in our program, we talk about them. Whether it's framing the catch, seeing the ball touch your fingers, tucking it quicker, timing your jump better, your eye tracking, or maybe it's ball placement by a quarterback. We just keep working on it. Sometimes it's a confidence thing, guys. Sometimes a body catch. We call it Dennis catching, going up catching a ball like you would on a rebound, and it's something we challenge the guys to do, to have that kind of confidence to go up and snatch a football out of the air. And you're starting to see that. I think Keon's playing with tremendous confidence right now. He had a great week of practice, so I'm happy for Daryl because he had a chance last week to make a play in the end zone and didn't. And it's good to see him respond with 2 catches in the end zone today.
Luke, go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned the consecutive home winning streak. What is it about this place and these fans that allows you guys and maybe gives you guys a little extra edge when you play here?
Well, when the Carter's full and it's rocking like it was tonight, it's hard, man. I mean, we got really tight sidelines, so the fans are right on top of the bench. The student section is right over there, in their ear and yelling at them. Our parents are right behind them yelling at them, I hope. But, it's a great environment when it's full. And as far as, the players, I think, they enjoy playing at home. It's a great field. Everyone has, I guess, their affinity for their routine you have at home, but it's a big deal. I think we're 5th or 6th in the country right now, and I'd like to keep it going for a long time.
Andrew, you're up.
Dave, you mentioned Chris Dunn already, but having a great kicker is not something that you can take for granted in college football. What does it do for you guys as a coaching staff, and really, I think, for the whole team, to have somebody that you can feel that confident and is going to go out there and put points on the board for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've lived the other side of this thing, so for me, it's an incredible luxury to have Chris Dunn, and I'm so happy for him. He's been through a lot. And to have the year he's having, this is why he came back, for this extra season, to be the best kicker in college football. And that's what he is right now. And nobody has one better than we do right now. He is really performing at a high level. Short kicks, long kicks, the flight, the timing, operation time, the whole thing. Super proud of him and happy for him right now.
All right, James will have the last question for Coach.
Yeah, Dave, you held those guys at 17 rushing yards. What was the key to that? And also, can you just discuss the I think it was the 1st and goal from the 1 where they got 0 points on, just how big that drive was early on?
Yeah, well, I think, the front deserves credit for a couple of things. One, knocking them back and getting off blocks. That was something we talked a lot about this week, with shedding blocks. And then second, the tackling. We tackled really well tonight in the box, and their backs had nowhere to go. And when they had a little daylight, guys closed those gaps up and got off blocks and finished the tackles. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. When they got down to the 1 and then we knocked them back again, and then they missed the field goal. That was a huge moment in the game. So showed a lot of resiliency and toughness and grit, and it's what we're made of. So it was great for them to do that defensively. It's been an area of the field we haven't been as good. Done a lot of really good things on defense this year. Red zone defense was an area we wanted to improve, and that happened tonight.